Welcome back to Photo Finish Garage. Today we're working on a 2016 ProMaster. We are going to be replacing the ignition switch. One reason why you're going to replace this is essentially you're going to have a delayed start. So when you turn your key, hold on, let's see if I can get it to do it. See right there? Turn the key and it turns and then it kicks in. So that's going to be our symptom we're going to remedy today. Alright, this is going to be the part number 682-573-56 Alpha Alpha. And this is what the part looks like here that will be taken out. Alright. Okay, one of the first steps you are going to need to remove this bottom cover here, because we are going to be separating the upper and lower clamshell. So you'll have 3 Phillips screwdrivers, one there, one in that corner, and one over there. Next step, you're going to need a T15 Torx, and you're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 to remove. And just for reference, looks like that's actually a hex head bolt, not a Torx. But as you can see, the Torx actually works. Just in case you don't have the correct tool. Alright, now we're ready to separate. Alright, so this is what we're getting after here. This is our ignition switch. So you'll have one plug here that you'll unclip. And you'll have a big plug right there that you'll also disconnect. Let's go ahead and do that if I can with one hand. But tabs just push in. Got one out. Oops. Let's see. Kind of weak on that hand. Let's go ahead and knock this out. One thing I forgot to mention, to get the upper clamshell off, you're going to have 2 of the same bolts holding it in. So for your tilt, pull the steering wheel out, and then you'll be able to get some spacing. Oh, we got one more. It's been a while since I've done this repair, but we got one more right there. Alright, now we're ready to pry this. Lift this off here, and that's out. Alright, so now we'll be unplugging our connection here. Got that unplugged. Now we're coming over here to unplug our 2 connections. Just a squeeze on both sides. Squeeze and release. Alright. And then we have one more right here, which is actually for the immobilizer that recognizes the chip in the key. So that's also going to be a lift up and pull back. Let's see. There you go. Lift up, pull back. Now, you'll notice the next step is we're just going to be removing these 2. Hold on. There's 2 screws as you can see, there's no actual indentation to place a screwdriver. So one thing I'd like to use is a chisel and a hammer, and just basically knock it free. It's a threaded screw, as you can see right there. They are threaded. You just have to back these out. So I like to use a chisel, back them out, and then we're going to replace them with an actual just normal hex head bolt. Stay tuned. So I just wanted to show you guys what I did, because I can't do it with both hands up right now. Essentially, I used a flathead and a hammer, and I made an indentation onto that screw. You can see the indentation right there. And I basically placed my screwdriver at an angle so that I could hit it with the screwdriver, hit it with the hammer, and then rotate the screw. So let me see if I got it loose enough. So I haven't got it loose enough, so let me show you. Hang on. Alright, so now I have it loose enough to be able to actually back it out. Alright. So this is what the screw looks like, and that's all we did. I guess you could reuse these if you wanted to. I'm gonna check my box here while I'm at work and see if we can just replace, see if we have it. Normally we keep it in stock, and I'll tell you which one it is. But you'll do the same thing for the upper screw there. Alright, so I got this one out. I'll be rotating that from the back here. Alright, there's our ignition switch. Not too hard. One thing that you will have to do is transfer your ignition key cylinder into your new switch. The way you do that, you'll get a flathead, you'll pry down in there, and you actually have to have the key to rotate this. I'm going to try to set this up and see if I can show it to you. Alright, so we're going to go stick our flathead in here and push that little raised indentation there. We have to push that, turn our key, and when you actually rotate the key, the key rotating is what releases it, releases this. I'm sorry, I can't show a better video here. Once you get the key half turned, then you'll be able to actually press that in. So you press it in and you pull the cylinder, whoops, press it in and pull that cylinder out just like that. Take your new one here, whoops, sorry for the video quality, guys. Alright, take your new one here, put it in. What you do is push it in and then rotate the key, and that's it. So now your new cylinder is in. It's in place there. And you also need to transfer this immobilizer ring as well. This actually pops off. Two sides, one side, two. Just make sure it's the same orientation. So it looks like our little rectangle piece. slides right into this little gapped area, okay? And just like that. And it's gonna snap into place. Oops, let's see. There we go, snapped in and snapped in, okay. Let me go get the replacement screws and I'll be right back. So I found the replacement screw. It's actually going to be a M8 grade bolt. Thread pitch is M8 by 1.25 millimeters. Now it does not, I'm not sure what the length of this actual bolt is. As you can see, this is the factory bolt. That might be an inch actually. So maybe that's 1 1/4 inch. But either way, the length isn't that crucial. It's not as crucial as that thread pitch. So M8 by 1.25, probably M8 by 1 might also be applicable. But essentially, this is how I'm testing it. All right. One thing I'd recommend as well, I'm gonna go get it, is just get 2 washers. This doesn't have any washers on it. Oh, we might be fine. Let me see. It actually sits flush up against here. Yeah, you don't need a washer. You don't need a washer. All right. So next step is just to reposition this back into place. Let me go ahead and get that. One thing to note when you're lining this back up, you do have that rectangular shape inside of the ignition switch. It does seat inside of that column, so just be mindful and pay attention to that. I want to show you that length of that bolt doesn't really matter, as you can see here. So we got it in. I need to go get a size 13 to tighten my bolt down. And then essentially, you'll be making your connections back. So this one was up underneath the column. You had 2 up top here. Can't really get these 2, they're identical clips. You can't really get them messed up. Oh, they're not identical. This one actually has two plugs, and this is the 3 plug connection. So the sides of them look the same, but you can't get them mixed up. So that's back in. And then we also had this one. Let's put back in. All right, so that's in. And then this one. That's back in as well. This is just a random plug. I think it's an optional feature. Maybe it has to do with steering wheel mounted controls, which this ProMaster does not have. So that's definitely possible, but this is something that it was already here, so you're not forgetting a wire or anything when you're doing your reassembly. Just note that this could not be a connection that goes to your ProMaster. Let me go grab my 13. I'll be right back. Alright, now it's just time to put your upper cover back on, the lower cover back on, and then this kick panel here. While you're at this point, you can go ahead and test. So now your key will come out and you can retest. Everything's on, and see, problem solved. No more delayed start. But what happens is you end up with a crank no start, and it might seem like the battery's dead or the starter's bad, but this definitely can be an issue. Thanks for watching. I hope I helped somebody out with this one. Stay tuned. I'll keep uploading videos, kind of just as I get the time to. Later on. See you later, man.